Oh.
What happened? Was that me?
Yeah. Your control was making sound effects.
Oh, how do I stop that?
I don't know. Hello everyone, we're live. We might be having some technical issues with Stephen in the background.
No, I muted it from here.
Oh, cool. Anyway, I'm going to share, and then we're going to get on with hopefully completing this game with my noisy stool. Yes. What am I like? I just shared at everyone and then not posted anything. There we go. Cool. The time to start? Not quite. Let's have a quick recap before we carry on, I guess. So what happened last time? We went to the junkyard and we found out that there's someone else who has the same body as us. And also they knew that we were there. And we managed to save Cabanana from getting shot. Then turned out he was good the whole time. And he put a tracker in the dude, which Jowd had a tracking machine to find where he was. We went to the submarine. We stopped Lynn from getting murdered by Camilla or a bomb or both. Then we stopped the missile, or what do you call it, torpedo, from blowing up the sub. But then it was flooding, and we managed to get Lynn and Camilla out with help from Missile, even though it was terribly difficult and annoying. But then she got kidnapped by a big claw. So let's see. Hopefully we're going to finish this today. Yeah, welcome to part 7 of Ghost Trick. Let's go. 5:10 in the morning, chapter 17. Let me turn this down a little bit for me. The upended submarine continues to sink slowly but surely. A long, long journey to the bottom of the sea. Oh, there's Lynn with her claw. Lynn and the little lady found the darkness and the salt water closing in on them. But at the very last second, something saved them. Now it looks down at them quietly. What is it going to be? My head is filled with one giant question. What in the world is this thing? Eek! Oh, well, luckily it didn't do that a minute ago. Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, someone else is controlling it, aren't they? Okay, that makes sense. That's cool. I see you managed to survive, Detective. Hey, you're... Excuse my appearance, I seem to have lost my body. Oh, it's the manipulator still, okay. Why did he save her, though? Oh, and you're there. You're the ghost who's been saving Lynn all evening, aren't you? You knew about me all along? Of course! What else would explain all those unnatural things happening? If you knew, how come you didn't do anything about it all this time? Give me 2 seconds, guys. Let me make sure this is running, because yesterday we had problems where the video wasn't actually working. Okay. And how come you decided to save us all of a sudden? I thought you wanted to get revenge on us. I don't really know. Please, you gotta tell me. I need to know. Oh. Who in the world are you? Sissel, look at you, what happened? I can't hold on to that image of myself any longer. You can't remember who you are. That's right. I came all this way tonight trying to chase down my lost memory. For quite a bit of tonight I thought it was you, Sissel. Sizzle? My name isn't Sizzle. I bet you'll remember really soon who you are and who I am too. What? Yeah, again, I think I made these two voices too similar. The man in front of me is not me. I'm even further away from the truth. Or maybe not. Something is stirring in my mind, a memory about to emerge. Do I know this man? Now that I've shed my image of myself, I feel like I'm one step closer to the truth. Ooh. They got us good. It's all over for the submarine. Its engine room is destroyed. There's a hole in the hull and it's sinking as we speak. What are you going to do here? I thought you had a deal with those people. They betrayed me. I was a fool to trust them. They already have what they wanted now. The Temsic fragment? I didn't know they had it all figured out. You mean they figured out the source of your powers? Yeah, that meteorite's radiation has two effects on living creatures. It gives power and time. If you don't mind, we'd like to hear more. The radiation's power effect. These 10 years, I've been watching that junkyard superintendent do his research, and I think I've kind of got some of it figured out. The meteorite's radiation gives spirits special powers, like possessing and manipulating objects. And in my case, swapping objects. Exactly. Apparently there are individual differences in the powers we get, and it seems these powers change as time goes by. They do? Yeah, my powers have changed over these past 10 years. At first I could only manipulate small living creatures. Now then, how do you suppose we got these powers? It's simple. It is? How then? In a nutshell, we died while exposed to the energy emitted by the meteorite. It's radiation. That's what does it? Dying while being exposed to the radiation? On that day 10 years ago... I'm assuming this is the manipulator talking. A fragment of that meteorite pierced my heart and I died. So of course I received special powers. Hey, wait a minute! Is that how I got my powers too? You know, you might be right. Oh, poor Miss Al. Aren't the Temsic remnants still right there in the park at the bottom of that crater? You're right! So that must mean I must have died in the presence of the meteorite's radiation too! Radiation's time effect. Another effect the meteorite's radiation has on us is that it gives us time. Again, I think this time effect is centered around the theme of death, but it's not all that clear. So the fact that I can return to 4 minutes before a person's death is another effect of that meteorite. One of the characteristics of that meteor is its ability to replay in a moment of death. Replay in a moment of death? Ah, this is all so strange and confusing, I can't take it all in. It makes about as much sense as to me as anything else. Yeah, strange and confusing. That just about sums up the object that pierced my body that day. Thanks to that meteorite fragment, my very existence is a contradiction. Pardon me. What do you mean? Oh, wait, I picked the wrong one. Do. Yes, okay. We've already seen all of this. I don't know why it sends me back to the first option when I've already read that. Oh my god, this had to be the bloody longest explanation one as well, didn't it? There we go. Contradictory existence. That day, when the fragment pierced my heart, I lost my life. However, Because it remained inside of me, that fragment continued to constantly regenerate my body. In other words, my body was continuously cycling between the moments that separated my life and death. What? My body's vital function stopped 10 years ago, but my body's time is perpetually stopped at the moment just before death. Time just stopped, huh? So I just simply existed, not really alive and not really dead. That pretty much sums up these last 10 years for me. Ever since that incident in the park, my body hasn't aged a day, my hair hasn't grown an inch. Come to think of it, that old pigeon guy mentioned something. He said he couldn't cut the guy's body with the scalpel. So I guess as soon as the incision was made, his body would be regenerated. Wow. Revenge. Before I left this country, I wanted to do one thing. I wanted to get revenge on the people who stole our lives. Our lives? As part of the deal, I made those guys promise to cooperate. Cooperate? You mean the kidnapping? It all went fine. I manipulated the justice minister and made him issue the execution order, but I thought he might call off the execution at the last second. So that's why you wanted his daughter kidnapped. But they kidnapped the wrong girl. Little did I know, they had their own reasons for cooperating with me. Huh? Their objective was to wipe out everybody who had to do with the Temzik. Detective Jout was one such person, so they were happy to cooperate. Inspector Cabanela and that junkyard super, they were slated to be wiped out too. And as it turns out, I was one of their targets as well. So they stole my Temzik fragment and here I am. But they had one more final target. You, detective. Me? But how is he possessing the thing now if he hasn't got the fragment anymore? Well, I don't know. If you weren't there in that, I guess because he was already out of his body, so he's like just moving around now. If you weren't there in that park that day 10 years ago, I never would have thought of doing something as stupid as taking a hostage. Okay, but I was just a little kid playing in the park. Yeah, I know. Huh? 10 years later and you'd become a detective, looking into Jout's case. Tonight I invited you to a quiet spot on the edge of town. It was a trap, you see. Okay, here we go. We're actually getting some mystery solved here, maybe.
See you later.
Yeah, I didn't know she was talking to us. I told you who I was. You never saw my face that day 10 years ago, so of course you didn't recognize me. Oh. I took possession of you to make you shoot me. Your subconscious resisted my such incredible power. It was the first time I wasn't able to control somebody completely. The aim was off and the first shot missed the mark. The junkyard was equipped with security cameras. I knew you'd be wanted for murder. That was my plan anyway. But they had other ideas. They simply wanted you wiped out. But then, something threw a big monkey wrench into their scheme. I showed up. I was supposed to meet up with them after that, but then something went wrong. What happened? My body disappeared. Uh-huh, the inspector in white was that's not the voice for that. The inspector in white was responsible for that one. My precious bargaining chip was in that body. I had to get it back no matter what. That inspector caused me no end of trouble. But why were those people targeting me? I never even heard of this Temsek meteorite. Because you were looking into the Jowd case. They thought you would find out about Temsek sooner or later. Okay, I guess we're done with that. And that's pretty much the whole story. The only thing left to do now is wait for water pressure to crush his submarine. Oh no! There are no cords that link from here to the water's surface. I have an idea. We hook up the phone line and there are no communication cables down this deep. They meant for the submarine to be my coffin, a coffin for the dead. There's no escape. I think I kind of understand now what you've been feeling these 10 years. You what? This feeling, cut off from the world, all alone in a submarine, sinking slowly toward the bottom of an endless sea. This must be how you felt all along. Oh, Camilla's up. Lynn? Camilla? Is it true? We're stuck here? What? Oh, If my dad was here, I bet he'd save us. Oh, Camilla, I'm so sorry. Well, that's funny. What is it, Sissel? There's something I don't understand. Why would they go to all the trouble of detaching the control room? What? Why didn't they just steal the Temsek fragment and escape if that's what they wanted? Why did they have to jettison your body off into the sea? That's a good question. But I guess it doesn't matter why now. We'll never find it again. We have no idea where it was launched to. Wait a minute. Yes, we do. Oh, it's got the tracking device in it still. This will tell us where Detective Jowd is. That present from the inspector in white? That's right. Detective Jowd told me to hold on to it for him. And the bullet is still in this person's body in the command room, right? Then we should be able to tell exactly where it is with this. But, even if we find out where it is, how do we get there? We should be able to figure something out between the three of us. With our powers, right, Miss Lynn? Right. Oh, and wait a minute. What about a torpedo? A torpedo? In any case, it's way too early to give up. It looks like Detective Jowd is our last hope. Come on, let's get started. Oh, I think I need to blow my nose. Do I have tissues in here anymore? Ugh, I'm so gunky and gross. Ugh. Come on then, let's find a torpedo. That well-known thing to do. Oh, we're in this. Oh no, this isn't the room I was thinking of. Never mind. We've got some grapes we can get into now. Let's go. Oh, no, don't go in there. Oh, I can still move around the boat using the phone. The torpedo room, huh? There might be another torpedo left there. I'll go check it out. I get it. You're going to use a missile to ram the control room. Well, I don't know about ram. We don't want to blow Detective Jowd up, but something like that. We'll climb up to the torpedo room, too. Up is definitely safer. Okay, I'll see you there, then. That was easy, apparently. I don't need my help to go into the torpedo room. It looks like the torpedo can be launched manually with these switches. There are 2 tubes, so there should be 1 more left. I guess the first thing we have to do is load it into the tube. When it comes to missiles, you can count on me. I'll enter the coordinates of the command room into the torpedo. Lucky she's smart enough to do that, apparently. And I just turned on the backup power. We ought to be able to use the switches now. Okay, let's try it. Good luck. Oh dear. The switch won't budge. Maybe it's broken. But I don't think the entire device is broken, though. It'd probably work just fine if I could move this switch. We'll just have to find a way to move it somehow. But I can't do it with my powers alone. I know what to do. Come here. You go back down here. We want to become... Oh, wait. Do we have to tell him to help? What happened to these two ladies? I think that's up to us and our powers. What? This time, no time to be standing around unsure of ourselves. Will you lend me your strength, Missile? Me? Of course I will. Count on it. Okay, I need to get out of the way. Missile needs to switch these two round. So the broken switch and the working switch are now different ones. Then I need to come back up here and operate it, right? There we go. There we go. That torpedo looks serviceable. All set on this end too, but something's odd. What is? The command room. It looks like it's slowly sinking. Sinking? Yeah, like it's completely run out of power. I wonder what happened. I don't know, but I guess I'll find out. Right, okay, hop into the missile. I'll launch it for you. Okay, thanks. Is Missile able to get in there too? Yeah, because there's two spots. I've already set the torpedo course. I'll head toward the command room where Detective Jowd is. 12 seconds after launching, it'll pass by the command room for an instant. That instant will be your window of opportunity to jump over to the command room. Okay, got it. And then we'll find a way to come back and save you. That'll probably be my last task tonight. Just hold on till we get back. Okay, come on, Missile. Missile? I'm sorry, I can't go. What? I just can't. How could I leave? I can't leave Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla behind. I can't do it. Missile. I'll swap the switches so the missile can be launched. You'll have to do the rest, Sissel. I can't do it either. I can't ask Missile to come with me after that. I understand exactly how he feels. I want you to go, Missile. But what? But Miss Lynn! You staying here won't change our fate, but if you go with Sissel, you might be able to make something happen, and that's our only hope. But what if that something doesn't happen? I'll never be able to see you again, never ever again. Even I can understand that. I couldn't stand that. Don't worry, Missile. Miss Camilla? I just know you and Sissy can make something happen. I believe in you. I'll be right here waiting for you. We'll see each other then, don't worry. Miss Camilla! Aww. That's a good boy, Missile. Now, are you ready? Remember, it's 12 seconds after I throw the switch. We're ready. A weird voice for him. We're ready. I don't know. Sissel? Yes? We never found out who you really were, but that doesn't matter now. All I know is I'm truly glad I met you tonight. Thank you for everything. And I'm glad I met you, Detective. But we're going to see each other again, right, Sissy? Right, Missile? That's right. We promise, little lady. Of course we will. I'll never forget you no matter what happens. Here goes, then. Good luck, friend. Here we go. These 12 seconds are less than an eternity. I strive to think of a way to save Lynn and the little lady the whole time. But how can a ray of light of hope reach this far down into the deep sea before I can think of an answer? The 12 seconds are up. Cool. Uh-oh, he's dead. Detective Jowd? I bet that big boss man did this. I'm gonna bite him. You'd better not. You might break your teeth. The command room has lost power and is sinking. So I wonder what this masked man is going to do. Let's talk to Detective Jowd. Sorry for the wait, Detective Jowd. Who are you? Are you Sissel? Please excuse my appearance. I can't believe you made it here. How is Camilla, and what about Lynn? Well, it's kind of a long story. I told Detective Jowd about everything that happened on the submarine. You know her. So the submarine is badly damaged? Why would he do that to his own submarine? I wish I knew. I know the answer to that one. Oh, it's him. I know the answer to that one. It's because he's afraid of my powers. You? You followed us? I didn't even notice. It's been 10 long years, Detective Jowd. Are you Yomiel? Yomiel. So you remember me, do you? How could I possibly forget? So that's your real name, huh? Yomiel. That's right. But those people on the Unoa were calling you Cecil. That's just an alias I was using for my deal with them. I didn't see any need to tell them my real name. Could you do me a favor? Would you let me ask you some questions? I've been trying to find out my true identity all night. Sure, go ahead. I'm sure there's plenty we can still tell you, right, Detective Jowd? Right. About your meal. 10 years ago, you were a top systems engineer, weren't you? Systems engineer? What's that? By the way, I'm a top Pomeranian, you know. Well, it's kind of hard to explain to a dog, but it's a person who's good at using computers. I don't mean to brag, but I was one of the best in the industry. That's how I got roped into joining that project. Project? What project? It was a project aimed at reorganizing the nation's top-secret information. The goal was to build a new system using multi-dimensional programming theory. I was asked to join the project by an agent of the government. It doesn't sound like something a top Pomeranian would know anything about. To me, it just sounded like another challenging job. However, this project was also the target of a secret plot, that you can imagine the kind of crime the nation's top secrets might attract. I never thought for that life of me I'd ever have to deal with spies. It was never made public, but every organization in the country moved on this one. And then one day the name of a certain programmer emerged as a suspect. I was the guy who built the core of the system. The police arrested you, and then that incident happened. He escaped from the interrogation room and took in little Lynn as a hostage. By the way, Detective Jowd, when was it that I was proven innocent? About 6 months after your death. I'm so sorry, Yomiel. Real motive for revenge. I've spat all over my mouse. Move it out of the way. 10 years ago. My soul was split from my body and lost everything. I lost everything. I was sealed in eternal darkness. I existed in this world, no question about that. But nobody noticed my presence. What good were my powers? They didn't help anybody. Not even the passage of time could heal my pain. In fact, it only made it worse. I wanted to disappear, but I wasn't even allowed to do that. The way Lynn described it is exactly right, sinking slowly toward the bottom of an endless sea. An overwhelming feeling of loneliness and despair. And I wanted all of you to suffer what I was suffering. And so that's why you murdered Alma. That's right. I wanted you to know what it was like to lose everything you cared about. I wanted you to feel the same pain I felt. What? It was a twisted wish of a mind poisoned by infinite loneliness. And then, as I was plotting my revenge, I had an idea. I came up with a plan to use these powers of mine to make a deal. The deal? There's something I just don't understand about that deal. I'm sure your powers would be very valuable to them, but what would you get out of the deal? A new life. Life? I asked them for 2 conditions. Number 1 was that they helped me with my revenge plot, and the second was a rebirth for me. Rebirth? A new beginning, eh? I didn't care if it was a fake life, an artificial life. I just wanted a physical receptacle for my soul, a name, an identity, an everyday life. I wanted to grow old in a society that would accept me. And finally I wanted to die, surrounded by a loving family. That's the kind of life I asked them for. A completely man-made life? That's right, I knew I couldn't hope for anything more than that. To make it all come true, I knew it would take a lot of money and a lot of power. That's why I decided to ask the national government to help me. And their response in the end was betrayal. They were making their moves much more carefully than I suspected. They sent spies to this country and researched my powers on their own, and they even figured out what Temzik was all about. And you had no idea they were doing all this? None at all, I was a fool. So then, why did they go to all the trouble of making a deal with you? Why didn't they just steal a hunk of the Temzik meteorite from the park? They couldn't. Huh? After the manipulator incident, research was conducted into this country too. A report was submitted to the government about the source of the manipulator's power. By Inspector Cabanilla and the old pigeon guy. Oh, by Inspector Cabanilla and the old pigeon guy, eh? At the first, government didn't believe the report. Oh, at first the government didn't believe the report. But then they decided to put the park under surveillance, just in case. Surveillance, huh? It just looked like an ordinary peaceful park, but there are armed agents there at all times. Don't tell me that odd leaflet guy is one of them. No, not him. He's just a plain old odd person. That park is like a silent battlefield on an international scale. So that's why they couldn't steal the Temzik meteorite. And lately, under the pretense of building a housing site, they've been working on a plan to destroy that park in order to secure the Temzik meteorite. So that's it, eh? So the upshot of your grand deal was this, eh? Yeah, it's the ending I deserve. But at least there's one thing you must be happy about. What's that? You've managed to seal me away at the bottom of the sea forever. Well, shall we get started? Started with what? Bringing Detective Jowd back to life, of course. What? What good will that do now? What we promised? We promised Lynn and Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla we'd save them. And we can't do that without you, Detective Jowd. I've been guided by fate tonight to this place. I won't give up now. Alright, fine. Let's see where it leads us. Here we go, then. Back to 4 minutes before your death. Come on, then. Let's save Jowd again. Whee! Cool. So, where are we headed? We are not headed anywhere, Detective. What? There was only enough fuel on board to launch us away, Detective. We will run out soon and that'll be our, destination, Detective. What are you talking about? That would mean that you're trapped here too. Oh, he's a robot, okay. By the way, I am not human, Detective. I am a remote... Oh, pardon me. I am a remote-controlled robot, Detective. What? Your country's use of technology is just plain off. We get that a lot, Detective. Why would you go to all the trouble to do this? There's nothing but a shell there. It's hardly a threat anymore. Commander Sif likes to provide against any possibility, no matter how small, Detective. Possibility? What are you talking about? There is no need for you to know, Detective. Now it is time to say goodbye, Detective. In the end, your fate remains the same, it seems, Detective. Ugh. Camilla, forgive me. Oh, God. It isn't over yet. It isn't. Remember what that big man said. Any possibility, no matter how small. Possibility? In other words, there must be a chance here somewhere. The possibility of turning this situation around. Come on then. Let's see what we've actually got going on here. Huh? What is it, Detective? Look at your meal shell. There's no aura emanating from his body. Of course there isn't. The Temzik fragment is gone. Could this change in his shell give us some kind of lead? Oh, can I take it over his body? Oh. I figured it out. I know that this possibility, no matter how small, is that they are afraid of. What? I know what this possibility, no matter how small it is, that they are afraid of. What is it? My time was perpetually stopped thanks to the power of Temzik. His body cycled between the moments that separated his life and death. Right, but no, not anymore. The Temsek fragment has been taken away. Exactly, so what does that mean? Not exactly. I get it. Your body won't come back to life anymore. The moment the Temsek fragment was removed, my shell became a regular corpse. So let's see, that means we can go back to 4 minutes before your death. But wait a minute. Exactly when is that death? That's simple. We'll find out. When we get there, let's move. Oh god, now we're going 10 years back into the past. Ooh. I fell back through the cracks of time for what seemed like forever, and then I saw it, the final death at the end of this long night. Who exactly am I? I've already seen out all the clues. All I have to do now is remember. The final journey to the truth starts now. I think we're Jowd's wife. I can't remember if I said that last time. But we'll see. Because she's like the only other dead person that's been involved in the story at all. Final chapter! Oh, because I guess if we change things here, that will change the entire plot, won't it? When was Yarmiel's death? When was Yarmiel's death? It was 10 years ago when the Temsek meteorite fell. We travelled back through time, and now we're here at the scene of that death. The start of it all is about to replay itself. Temsek Park. There's baby Lynn. It's ready! Hold it! Give it up! Do you really think you can outrun me? Eek! Now just calm down and drop that weapon! Stay back! If you come any closer, I'll shoot her! I don't know what that weird noise. I keep hearing a weird noise. Oh, there's a cat there. Huh? Oh, kidding. Shoo, you might get hurt. Oh, here it comes. I think we're going to have to change that light with something else. I think it's going to be the big head thing. To stop it from the thing from ever hitting him. Are you okay? You're alright now, are you hurt? You saved me, mister. I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you. What's your job, mister? Me? I'm a police detective. So that's a Temsek meteorite, eh? It's beautiful looking at it from this angle. It changed all of our fates completely. We can't stop Temsek from falling from the sky, but it might be able to protect you from that fragment and save your life. I don't know. What's the matter, Detective Jowd? To be perfectly honest, I'm scared. If that meteorite fragment doesn't get hit, I'm pretty sure I would have shot him. We might not be able to change your fate of dying. I can accept that. What I did is inexcusable. No matter how the future might change, that fact will never go away. If my fate is to die here, then I accept that. This will be our last battle against fate. Beyond that will be a new future. Okay, let's get started! Oh, isn't this really dangerous? Because this could, like, change the course of history. Okay, right now I can't go anywhere. What can you do, dear? Okay, we've got another bullet-shaped thing. Or hat-shaped thing. They're kind of similar shade, but I guess they're not the right way around. Oh, we got another one of those over there. Okay, that might come in handy at some point. Okay, well for now I don't think there's much we can do. I think we're going to have to wait. Okay, examine a potato. Let's turn up her music. What are you doing? You're gonna hurt poor Miss Lynn's ears! I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. You really startled her. You even made her drop her sweet potato. I know how much she loves sweet potatoes, or loves to eat, I guess it said. Anyway, at least her fate has changed, albeit ever so slightly. Yay! Okay, dear, you need to get out of the way. You go up here. Yeah. Wait a second. This thing is in a different angle now. Can that be switched now? No, okay. Okay, you come here. You go into the basket. Then you come out of the way. You go into the headphones for now. Okay, there's a full sweet potato. Cool. Oh, I'm an idiot. I should have got in that, shouldn't I? Let's go back. Oh, hello, someone's here. Hi, Stephen, how are you? Sam, if I were able to jump into the shower, will that be too loud? Oh, no, that's fine, Stephen, you do that. Let's go back in time again. I need to get into that potato before I spray it. Oh crap, no. I was too late again. Well, it was too early, then I was too late. Let's just take you somewhere different. You go over there for now. Okay, let's get in the potato now. Can I not get into the potato? No, I can, okay. Spray higher. Oh, look at that sweet potato! Oh, that big scary sweet potato! That's not a sweet potato missile, that's Mino! Oh, right, of course. But look at them, the potato and the Mino. Right now, they both have the same shape. So you're saying you could even swap them, huh? Good idea, Miss Al. Okay, here I go, and I'm going to need your help. My help? Let's go and be you. Okay, I need you to get out of the way, really. Oh no, okay, yeah, you're gonna have to... It's gonna have to come back down. Okay, now he can get into it. And then you can spray it higher again. Now I need to switch it with that. Whoops. Oh look, the lamppost is bending. But it hasn't broken yet. It really is a wonder it hasn't snapped. It just might hold out for a little while longer. If I recall, the tensor fragment smashed through the glass lantern on the way down. But if Mino sits firmly in its way, then fate should change. Yeah, I think that's it now, isn't it? Let's have a quick look. Is there anything else around that we could do? There's another one there that I could have changed. But I don't think that's going to do anything. Oh, there's something over there. What's that? That's a sweet potato that flew. Why is there another sweet potato there? Oh, because it's... I don't really know why there's a sweet potato over there, actually. But there is. 1 second, guys. I need to blow my nose again. I'm disgusting. Well, anyway, let's let time run out for now, because I think that's what we're meant to do now. Wait, let's see what he has to say. It's about time for that meteorite to come down. Don't worry, Miss Alfie, we're ready for it. Look what's right in the fragment's path. Oh, okay, that giant sweet potato. If anything could get in the way, that ugly monster can. Ouch. Anyway, now the fragment's path ought to change. Let's see. There, how's that? Look, the fragment's course. It changed a little. Now Yarmiel's fate should really change. Wait a minute. Take another look at the fragment's trajectory. Now it's changed. What's in its path? In its path? No! Is it going to hit Jowd? Yeah. Yeah, but a thing to the knee's not going to kill him, is it? Detective Jowd! The Tensor fragment shot through his leg! What? But the cruel twist of fate weren't over yet. Ugh. Come on, put it down. Huh? Jowd, put the gun down now. If you don't, you're going to shoot him. I don't know if his detective training or what, but even though he's shaking from the pain, the gun doesn't waver. Put the gun down. Uh-oh. No! As he shot Lynn. I knew it. This is my true fate. In the end, I stole his life away with my own hands. I won't let that happen. I was going to change it for the sweet potato. Miss Al, the bullet stopped mid-air. I'm here inside the bullet. Now let's stop it with something. What? With what? Detective Jowd, the meteorite fragment is what made you pull the trigger. We won't let you become a murderer. We have to prove the murder isn't the detective's true fate, and to do that we'll have to stop this bullet. There must be something of the same shape as the bullet around here. The sweet potato, do it now. Surely a sweet potato's... Okay, that's going to do something to him still. Oh no, we stopped the bullet, but we still couldn't save him. That's not true. Huh? My fate of getting pierced through the back might not have changed, but I'm still alive. What? I'm not dead, I'm just unconscious. Okay, so your fate of death has changed, but still, this fate is too painful to watch in every sense. I don't think so. As long as I'm alive, that's good enough for me. But we were overlooking one thing. The wheel of fate was still slowly turning. I think the thing's going to fall down now, isn't it? Yep. Look out! Wake up! You gotta get out of there! Can't we change the thing again? Damn it, my leg won't work! It's all over, we're out of time! Miss Lynn! It's not over yet! But there isn't anything else to swap with! Why don't we just let it play out and then try to find another way next time? Even if she dies, all you have to do is possess her corpse, and then you can redo her last 4 minutes as many times as it takes. No, I won't do that! Why not? Sure, the fact of her death would be erased, but her memory of it will remain like a scar in her psyche. Ugh. I won't let that happen, not if I can help it. But what can we do now, even if we work together? I think there might be something that can be done. What is it? What can Cecil and I do? Don't forget I'm here too. Huh? With 3 kinds of powers among us, we ought to be able to fight this battle. This battle against the fate of death. Yarmiel! Cecil, your power is manipulating objects. Use your power to manipulate this. Huh? I don't get it. Just trust me, let's go. Alright, I'll try to move there. Now gather your strength and make it spray as if your life depended on it. I'm dead though. In that case, make it spray as if your death depended on it. Give it your all, and remember you only have a split second. Okay, now do it. Oh no, okay, now do it. Got it! Oh. Now it's your turn, Miss Al. What? On me? What can I do? I think you know the answer to that. Okay, got it. You can swap them. That hunk of concrete will go back to its original position. But even if I swap them, it'll still be right above Miss Lynn. Don't worry. Okay, I'll do it. I'll swap them. There we go. It's no use, we can't stop that horrible Mino! What can we do now? I don't see how gaining a second or two helped. Oh, it helped alright. Those few seconds were exactly what I wanted. Last up, it's my turn. Your turn. You know what my power is, right? I can manipulate living creatures. Wait a minute, you mean? That's right. I'm going to save that little girl. Save her by manipulating my own unconscious body. Oh, but he's gonna die. Ye gods! But he'll be dead at least now, instead of, like, stuck forever. Which is one of the things he kind of wanted, I guess. Oh, you're awake. 1 second, sorry. Okay. Hey, mister, is your knee okay? Oh, it'll be fine, it's just a scrape. I'm lucky it wasn't a fatal hit, but the main thing is that you're not hurt. You saved me, mister. I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you. What's your job, mister? Me, I'm a police detective. Do you think you could go call the police for me? I think you could do it quicker than I could. But... What's that? This is a detective's badge. We give them to children who have been very brave. A detective badge? Thanks. Okay, you know that. You know what to do, little detective. Are you alive? Yeah, sadly. Hang on, help is coming. What made you do such a reckless thing? To be perfectly honest, I don't really know. When I came to, my body was already moving all by itself. It was as if somebody else was controlling me. I see. But you know, I'm glad it happened. There's a cat. Hey, mister. I found this kitten. It was over there. Come to think of it, I just saw it a few minutes ago. It's probably a stray. It's kind of limp. Is it okay? Or did it die? I don't know. I think it's unconscious. That's funny. It doesn't look like it's injured or anything. Poor little kitty. How about if I take it to my house and look after it? Would you like to come home with me, little kitten? Well, it looks like his fate just changed in a big way. Whose fate? That kitten's, of course. Sissel's. Oh, well, I'm the cat. Okay. Sissel? The name Sissel echoes in my head. That's my real name. These long, lonely 10 years, you were my one and only friend. Oh, wait, no, wait. What? I think that's him talking now. How about it? Do you remember now? Oh, there was a cat there at the beginning, wasn't there? Of the game. Old friend. Huh? Okay, I'm not the mum. I think I finally remember. 10 years ago, I was a little kitten that wandered into this park. I was weak and all alone in the world. Hold it. Eek! Somebody please look at me. Oh, or kittens. Shoo, you might get hurt. Did I get hit by Temsek then as well? No. Somebody please reach out to me. I had only just died at that time. Oh, okay, he possessed me, so we kind of became intertwined, I guess. I had lost everything, my life, my memory. My body wouldn't move anymore, but I still managed to reach out a hand to him. The next thing I knew, my soul had transferred to the Black Kitten, with no recollection of who I was. I lived as a cat with you for a while. After a while, the man regained his memories. I went back to being just a cat, and then the man got his body back. I took my body back from the morgue. There was somebody I just had to go see. Just one more time. I took control of my body and hurried to her house. But I was just a little too late. I just missed her as she left this world. She left me a note that said, "I'm coming to you, Yamil." Oh, God. The man named me Sissel. It was the name of something important he had lost along with his life. His fiancée. He told me about it once, but I didn't understand what it was. Oh, this is so sad. Those 10 years were very happy for me, but they weren't happy for the man, and there was nothing I could do for him. For 10 years I wandered through the darkness with no particular place to go. As time passed, my powers gradually changed. At first I could only manipulate small creatures and objects, but then after a while I could manipulate people. That's when the darkness inside me deepened and I started to get a little twisted. I wanted light. Distorted artificial light. When I got my revenge on Lynn, I would see that light, or at least that's what I tried to believe. Did she shoot me then? Did she shoot the cat? I left my old self buried in that junkyard and walked away. Oh no, the cat came out of the box, didn't it? I remember that now. I thought I'd seen that cat before. The black cat! I was possessing Sissel then. It wouldn't look very much like a murder if the corpse got up and walked away after all. So you buried the body of your old friend. Sissel was inside that bag I was carrying tonight. And no intention of leaving my friend behind in this country when I left. But then, when I went to possess his body, I realized something horrible. What was it? Sissel, there inside the bag, was dead. What? Yeah, the other shot did kill the cat. I wasn't able to control her completely. The first bullet didn't hit anything, or so I thought. But it did hit something, didn't it? It hit Sissel inside that bag. Yes, that's when I lost my life. Right there in the presence of Temsig radiation. And that's when I got my powers of the dead, my ghost tricks. I think I understand it now. Why I was the only one who couldn't get his memory back. It was because I thought that corpse was me. It was the only corpse I could see at the time, after all. But as it turned out, it wasn't the only dead body. My true death was hiding just behind that corpse. Well, this game is mental. Now that I think about it, do you remember what you said? That you knew all along about me saving Lynn tonight? If you knew, why didn't you try to stop me? It's simple. Because I couldn't even if I wanted to. Huh? Why not? Remember the thing about individual differences in the powers we get? I can control all kinds of things from the living to the dead. But even so, there are some things that you can do that I can't. You mean? I can't even rewind time, let alone change the fate of a death. If I could do those things, I would have saved your life. Huh? Not only that, but I never would have just let my fiancé stay dead like that. But you're here 10 years in the past now. That's thanks to your powers. I just tagged along with you. In any case, now the starting point of this entire tragedy has changed, dramatically altering fate. The fate of your death, the kitten Sissel's fate, and I can just bet you the fate of the woman you love has changed too. Yes, I believe you're right. So, this was the last fate to be averted, huh? Or eh? I do apologize, I can't read. So, Yomiya, it looks like your plan for revenge ended in failure. Yes, and I'm glad too. Huh? I think I kind of understand now what you've been feeling these 10 years. Oh wait, this is her now. She understood. She shed tears for me. That's when my revenge was over. She saved me from the darkness. Well, I guess it's time we got back. A new 10 years later was just born. Right, we should get back to our new present. I can't wait to see Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla again. So these past 10 years will now all vanish. Well, not completely. Huh? The memories of all of us here will remain, including the memory of what I did, my crime. That's the way this game of the dead works, eh? And no matter what the reason. There's no denying the fact that I took Lynn hostage and tried to point a gun at her. I have no intention of running away from that either. The most inexcusable crime in my new life. Hey, Sissel. Yes? When we go back, our fates will no longer be interconnected. It'll be like we never met. So before that happens, I just wanted to say one thing. Tonight I stole away your life with my own hands. I'm truly sorry. That's already a thing of the lost past. Our fates have changed now, right, Yamil? Thank you, Sissel. I'm so very glad I met you. Me too, Yamil. Sissel! Are we ever going to see each other again? I couldn't stand it if we weren't. Don't worry, Miss Al. I bet we'll see each other again someday. 10 years from now, our paths are sure to cross. We'll just have to wait until then. Sissel! I'll never forget you! I'll never forget you either, valiant little doggy. Well, it looks like you come to live with me now. So let's be getting home, little black cat. Home, huh? That sounds good, Detective Jowd. Here we go. We all witnessed the birth of a new beginning, and now we're each going back to our own new present. We said goodbye to the parts of our stories that would be lost, believing that someday our paths would all cross again. Here we go. Wait! Before you go... who's this now? Before you go back to a new present, I wanted to thank you. I think this is... Oh no, this is Ray! Hello? Before I cease to exist. Oh, it's you! Yes, it is I, Ray, in case you have forgotten again. Thanks to you, everything has turned out as I had hoped. I am really grateful to you, Sissel, thank you. I think maybe that's the wife, then. Huh? But don't forget, I was only on a journey to find my own lost memories. Yes, I know that. I know all about you. Can I ask you a question, Ray? I want to know. Who exactly are you? Fair enough. I will tell you. Let me tell you about another version of tonight's events. You changed the fates of many people tonight, the first of which was hers. If you had not been there for her tonight, her fate would have been to die in that lonely spot on the outskirts of town. If that had occurred, what do you suppose would have happened? Let me tell you a story. The story of a little creature. Is it the rat? After they stole her life that night, they broke into her apartment. They stole the wooden box from the ceiling hiding place and left, and in the process... Oh... 2 little dead bodies were left behind. However, the little fellow spirit lived on. He desperately reached out his paw towards his mistress, and that's when a miracle occurred. What? Look at that! The powers of the dead, but how? He didn't really understand it himself, not yet anyway, but of all you know now, I bet you understand it, do you not? Hey, wait a minute! Because he was killed right next to the thingy. That's right. He died inside the aura of that strange energy. But unfortunately, with his meager powers, he was unable to save his little mistress. There just wasn't anything he could do with only the power to swap objects. He needed the power to manipulate objects in order to save the little lady. The little fellow chased after the man, but there still wasn't anything he could do. In the end, he was left behind with the man in red in the deep, deep sea. And then he went back. He went back to the world of 10 years before, to the moment of the man in red's death. What? How can... I thought Missile couldn't go back in time. He decided to wait it out. He had decided to wait until that night came again. Oh. Whoa. And that's the other version of the story. Oh! Okay, so Rai is Missile from 10 years in the past. A story that has taken 10 years to be retold. Huh? So that was you, huh? He's gonna turn into Missile. That's ridiculous. That's right. I'm Missile. 10 years is a very long time in dog years. They couldn't change the fates of those people on your own, so you decided to wait those 10 years out. Exactly, and then at last, that fateful night rolled around again. By this time I had grown old and my powers were weak, so I decided I needed to find somebody to help me this time around. Somebody who possessed different powers than me. But wait a second, you were able to manipulate that desk lamp? Over the course of long years my powers changed, my ability to swap objects weakened, and I became able to manipulate small objects. But in that case, why didn't you cooperate with yourself? Because I couldn't. Huh? From watching the man in red, I found out there were individual differences in our powers. I couldn't do any of the things he could do, like travel through the telephone lines, for example. What? It may not seem like much, but it's a very important power, especially if you're trying to chase somebody. But there's something I don't understand. You knew from the very beginning that I had that power. How did you know so much about me? Why wouldn't I? After all, we had met before on that night the first time around. What? We met before? From listening to the conversation of the two intruders to the apartment, I learned that Miss Lin had lost her life at that junkyard on the edge of town. I followed the ghost world path to the junkyard and came upon an incredible scene. Imagine, if you will, there in the darkness a twisting and swiveling desk lamp. It made my first end on end, and I can tell you, that was me! So I was shot on that night the first time around as well. You had lost your memory that time too. You had just died and you felt confused. You declined to cooperate with me. I did what? I just want to find my own lost memory. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. Oh no, wait, that was him. I just want to find my own lost memory. I'm sorry, I can't help you. That's what you said. And then you disappeared, away over the telephone line. I'm really sorry I didn't help you. That's why I decided that this time I would use that desire of yours to our mutual advantage. Mutual advantage? The only thing you were interested in was finding your own lost memory. If I could guide you along the right path to doing that, we would both benefit. And namely, the right path would be the path to the man in red, to Yomiel. What? I gave you the information you needed to know to set you in the right direction, and then I gave you a time limit. A time limit? That's right. As you know, I said you'd only have until tomorrow morning. If I hadn't done that, you would have found out the truth tonight. Oh, so that was a lie about me dying at dawn. That makes sense, because I couldn't really understand why some other people were still possessing their bodies. Or had powers over time. And the man in red would have been sealed away at the bottom of the sea forever. If that had happened, it would have been over. Then you mean that thing about ceasing to exist? Oh, that completely made up. A little naughty of me, I know. But I just wanted you to use your time wisely. Oh boy. I hate to admit it, but this little doggy really outsmarted me in every way. Let's just call it the wisdom call it the wisdom that comes of age. And now it's time to say farewell. These past 10 years will cease to exist, and with them so will I. Miss Owl, I believe in you. I always knew you could do it, and so you did. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Miss Owl, so you waited and waited these 10 long years. All for the sake of your two ladies, Lynn and Camilla, eh? Of course, because that's what doggies do. Now then, farewell, Sissel. And so the story of a single night came to an end. Nobody but us knew what had really happened in this town tonight. I made my way back to a new present. Oh. Huh? How come it's dark? I'll just turn on the lights here. I don't know who I am right now. Oh, it's Lynn, okay. Uh-oh, Lynn's gonna get shot. So funny if she gets shot and it's just like, the end. Were you surprised? You bet I was. You nearly scared me to death. Yippee! It worked! But it's not even my birthday today. It was my mom's birthday the day before yesterday. I made a surprise for her, but it came out so well I want to use it again. That's alright, Lynn. After all, we're celebrating the birth of your new position as detective, right? Really? Thank you, Detective Jowd. Dad, you're home! Hi, Camilla. Let me introduce you. This is Lynn. She was just assigned to the detective division today. Hi, Camilla. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Lynn. Congratulations on becoming a detective. Huh? Is something wrong? You have one of those badges too. Oh, this? Yeah. I have one just like it. My dad gave it to me the other day. But yours looks a lot older than mine, though. How long are you going to keep wearing that toy badge, Lynn? What's wrong with it? To me, this is a symbol of a real detective. It's been 10 years since then, hasn't it? Who would have guessed you'd actually become a detective one day? When you gave me this badge, I just knew. I knew it was my destiny somehow. Destiny, eh? And now that I'm a detective, I'll find out where that destiny will lead me. That you will, that you will. Oh, hello! Don't tell me you're that same little kitten. That's right, the very one. You know what? This is a very, very special cat. He's 10 years old, but he's still a kitten. Still a kitten? Yeah, he never got any bigger or anything. Wow, what a mysterious little fellow. I know, right? His name is Sissel. Sissel? Seems to me I've heard that name somewhere before. I think Sissel likes you, Lynn. There's the mom. She's not dead. Alright, everyone. Let's start the celebrations. Okay, Mom. Very Ace Attorney, this music. I mean, I know it's made by the same people, but more than most of the music. I bet you're just like me. Your destiny led you here somehow, too. And so we meet again, Sissel. She knows! From just that single night as a human, I got a glimpse into their world, and I learned something. People are evil! The end. Their fates, their lives, they were all interconnected. Somewhere, somehow, in some way. And now this is my new fate. Oh. I guess I already am a cat. It suits me just fine to curl up and watch the strange and beautiful patterns of their lives as they unfold. And it looks like I'll have plenty to watch here for quite a while. Yay! Oh! Happy birthday to our lovely Lynn. Like I said, it is my birthday. Hey, Miss Al, I thought I asked you to stay home and guard the fort. But birthdays are for celebrating together with friends and loved ones. Nothing like it, baby. Why did Gerald and Lynn eat so crazily? Oh, it's the crazy man. There, how do you like that? Not bad, huh? Oh no, he's doing a Captain impression, but definitely not good. But try to remember what his voice is. Maybe now I can be a great detective just like Inspector Cabanela. But what kind of example is that? Inspector providing for his men. Here's your food, gentlemen. Why is she still working there? Memory, what are you doing here? I heard you were going to be picking new members for the Special Investigation Unit today. So you took a part-time job here again just so you could eavesdrop? Okay, you have no idea the lengths I'd go to reach my goals. Oh, no. Oh, not okay. Okay, you have... Isn't the horrible barman going to have a voice? No. La la la, I've never cooked this way before. So exotic, so exciting. Turmeric, coriander, cumin, and fenugreek. Curried something, la la la. Is this really necessary, that this new curried chicken menu item? Oh, but our very best customers requested it. Now good luck with the taste testing. Oh boy, I don't think I could eat another bite. Just who exactly is this very best customer anyway? Oh, it's the fat curry man. Yay. What about the other family? Oh god, these guys still. Are you sure we really need all these explosives? Neither why, beauty, my dear. I followed the instructions exactly. 20 kilograms of gunpowder, just like it said. Wait a minute! 20 kilograms? I thought it was 20 grams! Uh-oh. That's very strange. Do 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 do. So this is where you were, huh, Papa? That's right, sweetheart. Oh, he looks happy now. Darling husband, don't you have any idea at all what gave me? You must have heard some juicy stories, indiscretions of a minister, something. Now, must you talk that way in front of our darling angel? Here is to the stodgy mind of my darling husband. God, the text goes really fast. This is like with the Ace Attorney thing, trying to keep up with it. It's like... Blah, blah, blah. Basically, I think she was saying, you know, when he used to gossip, and he was like, I wouldn't listen to such a thing. This deal is going quite well. I must say these grapes are quite good, my man. The Yonoa is about to scrape the bottom of the sea, sir. Be something, sir. Egads! Be forewarned. Keep it together, man! Are you trying to give me a case of the vapors? I believe I nearly died of fright just now. Yay. Love, peace, and pigeons. Long live rock and roll. Aww. Stop the park from charging admission! Protect the rights of those who live here! Oh, he's nervous dancing. Today's the day, you know, he's finally getting out. You know, everybody started to get real tired of seeing you do that. Then let me show you a new dance that's been passed down in our family for generations. We do this when we have a stomachache. We call it Dance Away the Pain. Okay, I'm real interested in that one. Think you could show it to me, say, next week? You got it! Okay, now there's tons of names for all the language editing. Special thanks. There's me! Or not me, that's the other guy. Your meal. 10 long years, your meal, your time's up today. Oh yay, the young lady who always comes to visit you is waiting outside. His fiancée! Thank you, Sissel. Oh. There I am. Oh no, it's a paint. Oh, he painted me! Aww. Oh, that's so cool! I was gonna say, why wasn't I in the painting? A bit mean. Or photograph, I guess that is. Do I get anything for completing the game? I can delete my file. What does the thing at the top do now? Oh, it's just going to tell me about people. Oh. Who was the last person we met? Oh, it was the other me. Fair enough. Well, there we go. That's Ghost Trick finished. Not 100% sure what's going to happen next. Somebody wanted me to play Shantae, and to be fair, I wanted to play Shantae as well. But really, I'd like to do the whole series. And the Game Boy Advance version, or Game Boy Color, whatever it is, doesn't seem very good. I don't know if it's just the emulation of it is bad that I've got, but it, like, when you go to the top of the screen, you just disappear, which doesn't seem like what's meant to happen. So I may try and get my hands on an actual cartridge so that I could play it, and it would be better. But we'll see. But there will be something replacing this, I guess, hopefully. But we'll have Final Fantasy V to be going on with for then anyway. Don't think anyone's actually watching this right now. We only had Stephen come to ask if he could have a shower. I guess because I'm doing this quite early in the day, because I'm actually busy later today. It's probably why no one turned up. But I had a nice time either way. I'm not going to raid anyone because there's no one here. But if you're watching this archived in the past, that would be very impressive. In the future, let me change the name of this episode to Finale Definite, not question mark. Thank you for coming and watching this. Bye, 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 bye. Good game. Sorry, I should mention this. I really enjoyed that. Not sure that I preferred it to Ace Attorney, but it was definitely an interesting take on like a puzzle narrative kind of game. Not something that I've really played before. So that was nice. And I liked the characters. All the voice acting is kind of annoying, but I mean, if you just play it normally, you don't have to do that. Anyway, thumbs up. Bye-bye.